Hey there, tech fans. Today I'd like to give you 5 good reasons why I think the DJI Neo is really a great drone for new flyers and even flyers that own a drone that are looking for a smaller drone that they can take on vacation or just bring along more often. So the first thing about this drone that makes it really special is the fact that it's got automated flight patterns built into the drone, which means you don't need a phone, you don't need a controller, you don't need goggles. You can basically take it out in the field, turn it on, hit a button, pick a pattern, and have it fly that pattern, come back and land in your hand. So it's incredibly easy to use, even for a novice flyer. You can be flying this like a professional the first time you put it up in the air. So that automated flight patterns are really, really powerful, and there's a grouping of them that will fly away from you and reveal the landscape behind you. One will spin around you, one will spin around you and elevate. One will actually follow you when you're walking along from behind or from in the front. So a lot of functioning built into the drone itself without the need for an external controller. Another thing I like an awful lot about it is that you can record audio through your phone along with the footage you're recording. So if you put the drone up and it's following you along a path, you can actually talk into your phone and record the audio, which is synced up with the video. So if you're a vlogger, that's a great feature, because essentially you've got a virtual camera person that's flying a couple of feet in the air in front of you. So you can create some really nice vlogs if you're on vacation or if you're doing it as a professional. Another thing I really like about it is I call it sort of the multi-tool flying robot because it can do so many things. Now, I've already mentioned the fact that it can fly on its own. So it's got automatic flight patterns built in where you don't need any external control whatsoever. But you can also turn it into an FPV drone if you use the N3 goggles with the motion controller. So you've got a real drone, a selfie drone, a drone I can fly with my phone, and a drone I can fly with a controller. I can also fly like an FPV drone. So if you've never flown FPV before, the minute you put these goggles on, you're immediately transported into the belly of the drone. You're looking through the camera on the front of the drone, and when you're flying that drone, it's like you're Superman flying through the landscape and dipping and coming up from lower heights. It's incredibly immersive. So that's a great experience. And you can do that with the drone. You can add these accessories later on if you want. Another thing I like an awful lot about it is I do a lot of vlogs out in the field, and I do a lot of product reviews. And it's always tricky for me to get a camera set up, especially if I'm walking along. Typically, I've got to bring somebody with me or have a selfie stick that I'm holding in front of me. This drone, like I'd mentioned, acts like a virtual camera person that'll fly in front of me, away from me a little bit, and just have a great perspective of looking at me walking down a road. I can talk to it through the microphone in my phone. It records the audio, it blends it with the video. So what I've got here is really the ultimate camera person that really fits in my pocket. It's really an easy drone to use. Then the final thing I'll mention is if you're doing videos that you want to post on like a vertical site like TikTok or some of the other sites that need that vertical format, this drone can shoot in pure vertical format, which is different than a lot of other drones on the market. Now, every drone out there, you can certainly shoot regular footage and then crop it in. But with this one, you're actually getting that 16 or a 9:16 perspective right from the drone. So again, if you're doing vlogs or doing any kind of reviews and you need that vertical format, you can put this drone in vertical mode, put it up in the air, and just record to your heart's content. So I think those 5 things make the Neo a really special drone, not to mention the price. DJI did a really good job in keeping the price low in this drone, where it's kind of in the budget for most people. So if you're looking to get into the hobby or you're really curious about drones, this is a great place to start. And if you're somebody that's been flying drones for years and you need a second drone to take on vacation, 4K 30 frames a second, 1080p, 60 frames a second, you're going to capture some incredibly good video, and it takes some pretty cool pictures as well. So hopefully you found this review helpful. I love talking about this type of technology. And until next time, as always, happy flying.